concentrate every split second of the game. And then you've got to have a punch yourself when you're going forward now and again. You've got to be able to take a chance when it comes your way. Because you know that Argentina, with Messi in tandem, they're going to make things happen. They are going to have attempts at the Austrian goal. So you've got to prepare yourself for that and get every facet right.
Yeah.
Duran did highlight is that Argentina tend to stay in position. They don't drift across from one side of the pitch to the other. Gives you half a chance to work on locating the opponent. Lima is definitely at left back.
He is. Look, normally a midfield player, very hard-working Conrad Lima. He is versatile, but he's been put in that left-back slot because that's where Messi often likes to float and hang around and wait to pick the ball up.
Touch from Messi, and again, it's drifted away from Lima territory. First real surge. And was a little bit awkward for Slager to deal with. Run from Thiago Almada.
Yeah, lucky. Nice run from Enzo Fernandez to just find him right on the wire of being offside, onside, but lucky, decent run.
He's done so. He does possess a long throw. That might be a weapon that Austria can use. But, tall players. Goric, who's coming up front, he's been around for a while. He actually scored the goal that brought them to this World Cup, an equaliser against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here he is, winning the flick on. So it's started to go. It's anticipated enough.
No, Marcel Sabitzer playing on the left side, up front. We'll see how much that really suits him. I always think he's better slightly coming from behind the game, behind the ball. We'll see how much possession he can get there.
He wants it to feet, he knows where the space is. Enzo Fernandez. It's a terrific challenge. Referee's right on the spot. Argentina wants a penalty. Certainly not going to get one on field.
This guy will. Huh? What will you shoot once you use on play now? They don't for you, they roll for inside football.
Some one-touch play, and Lautaro Martinez found himself in a brilliant position. The first touch was good. He had the red shirt swarming all over him.
He's still down.
He's still down, Martin. He is. The referee now has blown the whistle just to attend to him. I'm with you. I thought there looked like a touch from the defender. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I think, look, the fact that two of them converge on him almost at the same time doesn't make it easy. If anybody, Xhava, I think, that gets there with some sort of little bit of contact, but whether or not they went through Lautaro Martinez first in order to get to the ball,
I think it's one.
Oh,
Had he given a penalty, VAR wouldn't have overturned it. Now he hasn't given it. I would suspect that they will stick with it. But
yeah, close though, very close.
Assumption is a dangerous business.
And again, that started with Messi just getting on the ball a little bit deeper, and he's able to sweep it away to the left-hand side. A brilliant pass to Lautaro Martinez. And look how desperate those red shirts are to get back. Just about to hit it. Oh, I tell you this. It's just whether Posh coming in
whether
catches
Posh
his
committed
foot.
the foul.
Yeah.
It looks like Xhava Slager didn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
It looked a bit like that, didn't it? It looked like one of them got Martinez a bit and his teammate got a fraction of the ball.
What I will say is for Lautaro Martinez,
Here we go.
it is still being checked.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. It's just whether Posh plays Martinez before his teammate gets a little bit on the ball. That may well be the case, we'll see.
If it's a penalty, you know what that means, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do indeed.
With the record in his sights. very tricky one to call, and that's why some time has been taken. I know it's not to everyone's liking, but better to get it right than rush it.
Yeah, I think the referee there is just saying, step away, guys. I haven't been told exactly what's happening yet.
Fernandez questioning the amount of time it's taken now. Tara Martinez is making his way back into the game. He's allowed to. He's limping. He did have a rough World Cup in Qatar with an ankle problem and didn't play as much as he might have done, but he's going to have a look.
Yeah. I think we'll see
possible penalty check for Argentina.
Martinez's foot on the right side, just catching his foot there before his teammate gets the ball. I think he does, you know, and I think because of that, Martin, I can see this one being given.
Of course, Leo Messi's been getting ever closer to closer. Miroslav closer in the all-time record. Now he's level on 16. Is he going to get a penalty here to go in front? We'll wait.
Penalty for Argentina. Hey! Oh boy. Hardly as possible penalty.
So history beckons here in Dallas.
Messi take penalty, not they carry penalty, they dash people. Babanaka, that top scorer, you collect him. Now you kick the guy because he touched
Messi's missed a few penalties, I have to say. Otherwise, his impressive numbers would be even more impressive. The tally is 16.
Messi no one take penalty.
The German forward who last scored that 7-1 for
about not what they did give away with penalty. Babanaka put for us. Big boys now. A big way they did give away.
Every penalty in this World Cup so far has been converted. And of course, you take out Harry Kane at this very goal, where he needed 2 bites at it.
I focus look
Well,
Baba.
it's 2 days before his 39th birthday. He's in his 6th World Cup.
Babanaka for me, I don't say Baba take celebrate. Babanaka
It's
for
Lionel
me.
Messi. Oh,
Jesus!
history beckons.
Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Wetin be this?
Record isn't fantastic.
Jesus Christ, Messi to win penalty.
Such ability.
See, I think he gave the goalkeeper a chance by the little casual run-up
What?
and almost stop him when he gets to the ball. I think that makes that easier for the goalkeeper. I'm really surprised
Jesus.
there.
Yes, Messi to win penalty.
A little bit more of a positive run-up.
Bro.
So, wow, what drama.
Not be like that,
early on in the
Argentina
game
win
already.
this now.
Incredible. Big decision that
Even
took a
when I
while to
just
get
start
right.
get 5 minutes, they give him a
Unlike
penalty.
for Harry
Baba to
Kane,
win
who got a
penalty.
second chance in that incident here against Croatia. No second take for that particular penalty. He is
Wow.
human.
Yeah, I think there would be very few people, when he put that ball on the spot, would have expected what we just saw. Very few.
I can tell you every commentator around the world
Yeah.
had words to mark the occasion, I'm sure,
Oh.
on their lips. And it may well happen, of course, before we finish here.
Okay. Wow.
Does that make him a little bit more determined? Just a little bit more anxious to go and produce a real bit of magic.
I know what you're saying, Andy, and 99 times out of 100 I agree with you, but I think he's never anything less than 100% determined.
About to win penalty. Oh, instead you see the thing count. The thing
He won't want another look, but we do.
penalty too dull.
Yeah, it's a very
Messi
slow,
know where.
casual
What
run
did
up
they
that
happen
one.
to her?
If the goalie gets this right, it's forcing you to tuck it even closer to that inside that post, and it's just
Yeah, they
outside.
do Mune. What did they happen to her?
Towards Martinez, who's join Lautaro Martinez. Of course, there are three of them in the Argentina ranks. Sandro at the back and Emi in goal.
He's going to have to battle away, isn't he? Gregoric up front. Ball's up in the air. He's got Lisandro coming having a bite at it. He knows that Romero will want to attack most things in the air, so he's going to have to be resilient and really effective for his team today.
With his boot, though. Certainly knows the game. His dad's been coach of Austria under-21 team. Prayer's not answered as yet.
Bottle a penalty.
Off the ball.
Everybody is just fine. Why?
Rich and
Messi not fine.
Austria free kick. Survives the Messi penalty. Can they themselves into the lead here?
Kind of sorry, I don't know.
David Alaba, one of the great Austrian players, arguably the greatest of all time, put it on the money. Danso's header. There's the centre back again.
Good feet.
Yeah. Schlager. Danso on the hook, the cross. Remember, it stayed back covering. Played by Medina.
So this penalty penalty
The
with
team at
Messi
left
lost
back.
too.
His first World Cup. Watch. Chasing back.
Breaking my spirit. Go.
Here is Lima. For Bayern Munich, plays in a lot of big games.
Does, Martin, he does, yeah. He's we mentioned he's extremely versatile, vastly experienced. And after that setback of conceding the penalty and probably expecting to go one down, they've just taken a big deep breath, haven't they, Austria, and are now having a little bit more possession themselves.
Yes, and Argentina to get out of their system. Disappointment of not just a 1-0 lead, but a moment of history had it happened. Having to do a bit of defending the world champions.
David Danso staying back, Martin, you're right.
Yeah.
We know that he's got a long throw. Just declined to use it here.
And a free kick.
That's a little cheap, giving away that one. A little unnecessary. Banner it was that fed towards the ball, and it's Alexis McAllister wrapping his foot around him and just bringing him down. These are dangerous situations, always awkward to defend, and Austria got to try and give somebody a chance here. You're either looking to whip it with real pace and get red shirts running right across the front of it, or you're going to hang it up for one of the bigger guys, maybe towards the far post.
Wow, Fred Messi is not looking sharp, just moody and dull.
Sabitzer, maybe with some power. '100th cap. Mark it here, just driven it into a posse of players, friends and foes. Back by Sevald. Now there's space for Messi. Makes a little bit more, but the pass wasn't a good one, and he didn't get a second chance. Austria saw to that.
What did they happen to Messi?
It's good play from Austria. The way that they pressed that ball the second they lost it, and it looked like Argentina were going to counter. They were very quickly onto it and win it back.
Javaslaga. Here's Danso. Lima. Lima trying to work her way through. Argentina glad to get a free kick and settle themselves down there, need to backpedal a bit because of this, really.
Oh. I'm going to use that play penalty.
Would have had the record by now if he'd converted all his penalties. It's the 7th and he's only scored 4, I believe, in the competition. Posh, who probably was the man responsible for conceding it.
Yeah, I think he was.
Very rich with a good touch. Austria have got the bit between their teeth, you know. Here's Sabitzer. Bergerich waiting in the middle. Goes over Emi Martinez. It's still in play. Kicked in by Schmidt, who scored a wonderful goal against Jordan. And it has gone out.
No, but it's been a good little spell actually for Austria. I think the last 6 or 7 minutes they've settled down into the game and they're applying pressure in good areas. And they're releasing people like Sabitzer in particular quite nicely down their left side.
Yeah, they talked about the need to be courageous. Lots of energy they want. That's for Sabitzer himself, who addressed the media yesterday. Play against the odds, says Ralph Rangnick. With grit and courage, anything is possible. It's Romero who's made it to the World Cup. He had a tough time at the end of England's Premier League season when he was out with an injury. Got a bit of stick from his club Tottenham for, not from the club, but from the fans for not attending some important games at the end of the season. And Spurs did stay out and avoid relegation. Liverpool's Alexis McAllister. Just a bit disjointed.
They are at the moment, yeah. They started the game actually, Argentina, quite bright. Some of their early interplay was very good. But since the penalty miss, they haven't got going yet.
Since that penalty miss,
Danso scamper a little bit. He didn't start the opening game, came on after about an hour. Messi. Here is Leo Messi.
Again.
What be this? What be this?
Messi today, bro.
It's almost as if everyone in the stadium is waiting for a Messi goal, but there are 11 Austrians out there who are not and doing everything possible to stop it happening.
The whole stadium held their breath there for a split second, Martin. I know I did, because I thought he was going to hit it with his right foot and just knock it in. The speed with which he just sensed that chance might be there and was onto it very, very quickly.
No.
I think he was trying to actually go around everybody, put the goalkeeper maybe on the floor and then roll it into an empty net. Could have hit it.
His acceleration still exceptional.
Now over that 5 yards there. Absolutely electric, really was. Look, watch, he goes again, he wants to put everyone down on the floor. Maybe when he dragged it with his left foot.
Alaba got a touch, didn't he? And there is Manu Ginobili, who is a famous person in this country, but he's from Argentina. NBA superstar, 23-year career. Played for San Antonio Spurs. Been in the news this season in the tournament. Fired in by Lisandro Martinez, referee not seeing fit to give Argentina a free kick.
Muna play ball. Which one of the race and do Baba play ball?
There's a lot of traffic in there, isn't there? Because Austria aren't naturally playing with players that wide. There's another challenge there, hefty one, I think, that's gone in.
It's Lautaro Martinez. Scaloni, who did play in the World Cup just for a few minutes actually in 2006. He was in the squad. It was his last cap.
Just he is a little late, and I think he just catches Conrad Lima, who I've got to say isn't the sort of player to over-dramatise anything or make too much of a meal of it. Back up on his feet now.
Problem in the course of the action for Rodrigo de Paul. One of the great characters of the Argentina squad. Fun guy. Caught by Gregorich on the follow-through. On the knee. Be a sore one. He can't come back on. The new regulations. For a minute. A little bit more treatment. Damaged knee. Sebal. Getting Vanna into the action. Forsaken Germany. Austria. Schlager. Posch. It's a decent cross. It was Romero blocked the shot from Sabitzer.
Decent ball in actually. Vanna might have just got a little nudge in the back, which was just enough. I think it was. It was Molina, maybe just with his arm, without making too much of it, just disturbed him enough.
Austria with the last piece of play before the hydration break. Plenty of movement from those in the red shirts. Leicester who got to it. See helping out.
Even he pass, what did they happen to Messi? He pass everything we all they do today, no your good.
I think he had it in his ear. It was time to stop. Well, 0-0 to the world's surprise.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought that one was going to end up in the back of the net, and as you say, Martin, everyone was waiting to tell the world about we have a new outright leader in terms of World Cup goals, but it not to be. And Austria, since that moment, have grown into the game and are proving a decent opponent right now.
Interesting, Argentina not going right to the dugout. There's been a school of thought that these breaks should take place away from the coaches, maybe in the centre circle where the drinks can be taken out to them, but it's complicated enough at the moment. The tactics are obviously discussed. What you've seen for 22 and a half minutes, really. What have you seen?
Well, again, I thought Argentina started actually particularly well and looked quite threatening once or twice. Really nice move that actually led up to the penalty decision. Obviously, the VAR guys had to have a real good look at that because there were two red and white shirts converging on Lautaro Martinez. Had to make sure that they got that call right. I believe the officials did. There, I thought Messi would score. He didn't. Just slowed the run-up down right at the last moment. Had a look at the goalkeeper, and I think that often gives them a chance. If they guess right, and it's making you try and tuck that ball even tighter into the corner, he hits it wide, and from that moment onwards, Austria have been the better team.
Well, he has got a couple of records that he won't want. Now taken more penalties than anybody else in World Cup history. That's including shootouts, and he's missed more than anybody else. But listen, everyone knows it's a big. If they don't win the game, of course.
I'm not happy with this game.
His credit in the bank, I would say, is
still.
Trillionaire status in football.
You know, with Messi, as he very nearly did. Not one in. Away from it, but
Your
it
Baba
won't
will
face
be
it.
Fabian F.
Just
Ayẹyẹ
continue what
Baba.
he does. Be annoyed
Wọ́n
deep
dà
down
bá the way
inside,
ní Kamara ní CB next for
he'll
this
also
one.
be super.
I don't know whether I
Next
think
chance
that.
that comes his way,
So,
In his last 5 World Cup games, of course, including the final, 2022. The players have scored in 6 in a row. Messi might well have done earlier in this game. Just Fontaine, the great goal scorer of 1958 for France. And Jairzinho of Brazil.
Jairzinho, yeah, wow, what a player.
So here's Alaba. I think we know Messi who, but he's feeling it was worth putting that makeup on earlier today.
Wonder how much Scaloni might have just said to his team, come on, let's start applying a little bit more pressure to them now. I think all the Argentina players probably as surprised as the rest of us when that ball didn't end up in the back of the net. And it took them a little while really to come to terms with that. Now they need to get back on the front foot like they did in the opening 5 minutes where I thought they were really good.
Only attempt on goal so far from Argentina was the penalty that was put wide. This is the Dia del Futbolista Argentino Day, which is recognising the contributions of great footballers for Argentina down the years. It's on the 40th anniversary of that famous game,
what are they
famous or
playing?
notorious,
What
depending on your
the-
point of view,
Oh,
when Maradona scored twice in the Azteca.
that part,
1986.
everything is just wrong about the thing.
The greatest goal of all time, and one that is the most notorious. They haven't scored here. Argentina have had a bit of defending to do.
They have. Good play again down the left side. Konrad Lima link it up nicely. Gregoric. Another chance here for Sabitzer to give Emi Martinez and those defenders something to attack and think about.
Team movement in there again. Partially cleared. So, spectacularly done.
Oh,
They give it away again, Argentina,
wetin
Romero,
dem
though,
dey play?
a bit
Wetin
casual.
dem dey play? Oh,
by Vanna.
this
Then
one not be Argentina. Which
By
one
Alaba.
put the
to Sabitzer.
food they eat? Oui?
Vanna.
They dey play ball like they don't tire, they not scared. They not...
He'd like to do that to put the ball in the net at the other end, but it did the job did Lautaro Martinez to get the ball out of the penalty area that he's defending. Still no sign of Danso's long throw. Lima, Sabitzer. It's an edge to Alexis McAllister's game. He's a good footballer, do most things, but knows how to throw what weight he has around.
Yep, needs to get on the ball a little bit more for his team now. Whilst he's physically can cope, Martin, there's probably better Argentina players equipped to do that. He's in there to get the ball down, get it, look for Messi. Those 10, 20-yard passes just kind of initiate, prompt a lot of their attacks. He's got to get back to doing that.
Is Romero. Enzo Fernandez. McAllister. He's still going. And it almost bounced back into his path a second time when he would have been clean in.
Yeah, just drifted off the right side. He's last sort of 10 minutes or so, really, he's been hugging this touchline, the near touchline on your screens. And then he just starts to drift infield and then picks the pace up when he senses there's something for him.
It's a ball forward by Enzo Fernandez.
Score!
With a flag got to go. It's come back to Messi.
Handball.
It was blocked.
Is it not handball?
It's similar to the second goal of his hat-trick.
I wonder whether Enzo was offside there. I don't know, because it was very deep. Not sure how much of that would have counted, but he did. It actually did come back to him.
Super.
This run here, look, there, maybe it would have been a close call.
It might have been good.
Yeah, Danso it was with a really important block. Was it Alaba? Yeah. Either way, they managed to just about deal with that. It's not the most convincing bit of goalkeeping, that. It is David Alaba.
Enzo Fernandez got well into double figures in goals for his club, Chelsea. It's a lovely piece of football intricacy from Messi. First time pass, awkward height. This time he was checking out on the edge of the area. Argentina have just started to flex their muscles again. Lina to McAllister.
Keep going. What happened?
Sandro Martinez at Manchester United. Or considered the build-up from Argentina here. Austria have just dropped into a lowish block. Do have pieces of possession and the Argentina, the way they play, but it's not really their go-to game to wear the opposition out like some of the great possession club sides.
Yeah,
They're just searching for an opening.
they are. They're just being quite patient here, I think. Just happy to be back with the ball and having the lion's share of it, and then wait for that moment. Usually it is Messi that they find, and he's the one then that plays that bit of one touch or just picks the pace of it up 30-odd yards from goal. But at the moment, these balls that are going from one side of the field to the other, just waiting for the right moment to drop it into someone in a good position.
Continue to keep possession into Fernandez. A bit awkward. That. There is value in football if you stand still. Markers tend to go away from you. You don't stand still the whole game, but Messi just every now and then puts the brakes on. Defenders are looking elsewhere, ball watching maybe. It's part of his repertoire. Again, he's just watching his teammates play it around, and Austria do a bit of chasing and keep their concentration up as a defensive shape. Here is Messi to just cut the pass in. Almada would have been the recipient. Pushing the back by Molina. Savitzer. Mario Kempes, talking great number 10s. He was before Maradona, top scorer in the '78 World Cup, which Argentina won in Argentina, of course. And, that was my first World Cup as a commentator. It was brilliant to watch him play.
It certainly was. Some of those games will live long in the memory, Martin. Watching him wheel away after scoring goals in that World Cup was
They're all left-footed as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Must be something in that part of the Southern Hemisphere.
It was he and Luque up front,
It was,
wasn't it?
yeah. Leopoldo Luque.
They were very good.
De Paul. On right.
They go. You
Tara
shoot, no
Martinez looking for
pass.
support, or is he? He is.
Oh,
Quite cut back. Messi was on the edge of the area in case you're wondering.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
They started there when he swept it out to the left and then did really well to catch up. Just didn't have enough support in the box when he knocked it
Get
in.
up, boy.
Should have a player down. Argentina go on. By Romero. It's McAllister. If the referee doesn't stop it, Argentina quite entitled to keep playing.
I think they're a little bit annoyed, the Austrian players there, because Gregoric is saying that it's a head injury. It's Romero sort of challenging for that ball, just catches him. But you know what?
He did get up and get on with it, and
correct.
that's the balancing act. We don't want players lying down and rolling about. So if the referee makes that kind of call, he's probably taking a slight risk.
Correct.
But,
he is.
but on the other hand, the game went on. And
I agree.
it's a really tricky part of refereeing.
It is. Obviously, you've got to be very careful with head injuries, but also there's a bit of contact involved, and clearly, after a few seconds, we could see there that the Austrian wasn't in any serious pain, or it wasn't a significant blow to the head.
Well, they looked at each other, and maybe Gregoric looked at Romero a bit more than the other way around. Here is Messi to trigger an attack here with Almada. Medina coming up on the outside.
Why they are fast, just they use left.
Oh,
Go! Baba Go!
finals. You are looking time.
Messi almost Messi gone. Now we are back.
Great number 10.
Come. Yeah.
So many stats to his name. But here's a very special one, Andy Townsend.
That time I'm a teacher. We will call bro and go.
Is it any real surprise to anybody that he's the one that was found the back of the net? But most importantly, Martin has broken the deadlock in this game. But all the accolades will quite rightly follow now. It was his pass out to the left that started it. Look at him, edge of the box, right of the screen, walking onto it, just controlling it, passing it beyond Schlager into the Austrian net.
You keep at the four bad guys. You collect. Your man on first ground.
It just seems so right, so fitting that the first goal of this game today is a record-breaking one by that man.
Of course, he's both Argentina's youngest and oldest scorer. That adds on a few days since the hat-trick in World Cup competition. Marvellous. I think there's a lovely bit of mystery about Messi, you know. He doesn't speak English, at least not in public. He does a lot of commercials where he could have spoken a few words in English. He's a master of the facial gesture. We never quite know what he's thinking. He could be a mime artist, really. In front of the camera, on the pitch, he's just a master. It's a yellow card for...
Is that a yellow card or red card?
Porsche.
He don't do more than not go
That was a bit
collect
of a
card.
crash
Which
from the
people
man
do? I know they argue on
Porsche, Stefan Porsche.
Sure, I mean, look. I tell you what, he's a lucky boy.
Yeah.
I think he's very lucky there to get away with that, because he's left that on Almada there. I do honestly think he's a bit fortunate.
But of course it can be upgraded.
It can be upgraded, Martin, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Because there was absolutely no need for him to do that at all. And clearly, I can see why the Argentinian boys are incensed by that. The referee's being told about it. Well, we play on.
It's a brilliant touch from Messi again.
One of the calls, I know.
I mean, they're trying to get ahead of the play.
I don't know how this guy.
One thing Austria have got to do more than anything. You don't have to get back in this game right away. You haven't got to try and score before half-time. What you've got to do is keep your head. Don't lose your cool. Because if they do that and get a man sent off, go down to 10 or something that was totally unnecessary, then they're going to find it really tough. Posh there, I just thought that was unnecessary. Did not need to get involved in that sort of thing.
That's what Austria are complaining about. Alexis McAllister putting his foot in, but that left foot, it's a bit further than 12 yards.
Yeah.
But he doesn't miss from there.
No.
And again, that's that value of standing still. He just holds that position on the edge of the box.
Correct.
The defenders run in, he doesn't run in.
It gave him time to think about it, didn't it? Rule number one, hit the target, but I love the way that the goalkeeper was at the near post. Then the goalie is trying to scamper across to the centre. Messi pops it past him on that near post.
A little like the third of the hat-trick against Algeria, wasn't it?
Yes.
Planted it in. Well, Austria have got to be careful here.
That's not a yellow card. He don't even give card, nothing.
Now, of course, he's got that 6 consecutive World Cup games he scored in. They play here again. The Messi show in the Dallas Stadium. They played Jordan in their last group game. Whether he'll play, he always wants to play. I don't think you want to be the man to leave him out necessarily. Might not, of course. To be fair to news is coming out of Argentina. Leo's dad isn't very well. An opportunity for a bit of compassionate leave. But it's a story for another day.
Schmidt there doing quite well actually, just to try and travel over the halfway line with the ball. Austria have got to try and retain their composure, as we just mentioned, and give someone an opportunity to attack this ball from this free kick.
It's still going on off the ball. The ball end up on the deck, and he's having a look at Gregoritsch, who's run off him. The ball's not where Gregoritsch wanted it. It's a bit spiky.
It is
out there.
Yeah, it's getting that way. David Alaba there is looking for Gregoritsch from that free kick. Just wonder if he'd have a little look at Kevin Danso. He's a giant of a man and powerful man in the air.
And that header. By Lima. Central strike here. There's Herring through the middle. Schmidt was brought down, rather interrupted the momentum, but a quick free kick. Keep Austria on the front foot.
Good
7 added minutes, if that's a 7 and not a 1. More used to 1s, aren't we, down the years, Andy?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's Danso. Schmidt. Lanner's touch. Gregoric was indicating he wanted it put in the air.
Yeah, Posh got in a nice position there. It was good football, actually. A couple of nice one-touch passes. They got in behind Argentina, but just the one in the box. That was all that was in there, so it's going to be difficult to try and pick out Gregoric there.
Lima. Alava's without a club now. He's just run down his contract. Not been retained, as they would say, by Real Madrid after a wonderful time in Spain. It's Schlager had a wonderful time in Dallas with a run that got him to the byline.
Great run, Martin, but there on the end of that, just needed a better delivery.
This Austria player, they just behave like the
Two comings together between Martinez, who
every time
seems to
just
have been
before the give a
pointing
pass.
himself as the minder of Leo Messi with Lima around.
Yeah. How?
It's a dangerous challenge, and Lima made the most of it.
Just to make the ball go. Complete. Play football.
Savitzer. Schmidt floating it in, Dan so well forward as he was for the original free kick. Good hold-up play by Enzo Fernandez.
It's good play, that. Fernandez, really good. Right on half-time, just a few minutes left, keep that ball.
Messi has to make the maximum use of the time that's remained. Posh, Danso. Here's Lima. Austria have contributed to this first half.
They have, Martin, they have. They've had plenty of the ball. Need to obviously start working Emi Martinez a little bit more than they have. I think the goalie's really had anything that significant to try and deal with, but they've had plenty of possession.
Savitzer, switch of play to Posh. That's the way Messi. Alina, tapped by
Correct.
Rodrigo de Paul. McAllister, his dad played. Carlos had a handful of caps. A couple of brothers who play as professionals as well. De Paul. One eye on the clock, maybe. Time hurrying towards us.
Argentina happy to just keep this now, get in at half-time with their lead secure. They've shown, Martin, that when they raise that tempo a little bit, as I mentioned, usually with Messi, they can look very dangerous. Just got to make sure as well they don't concede unnecessary free kicks and give Austria an easy opportunity to maybe reply.
They need more goals. Why is not enough?
Well, I will hope we don't find out in this tournament. But I just wonder how we would rate Argentina without Messi. Always saying that football is not a one-man game, but this is a very special man. Others would step up.
Well, I'm sure they try, but nobody breathes energy into a team more than Lionel Messi.
Suspicion that we come here and watch him play walking football. He's been darting here and there, just times his moments. That's where he's so clever. They know it. Almost all those shirts have got a number 10 on the back. McAllister. Remember, the winners here are guaranteed a place in the knockout phase, starting with the first ever round of 32. Messi saying this is one of the moments where inject a little bit of sprinkling some stardust on the move.
For one more goal for me before first half.
To Paul. McAllister. Austria shuttling across without really putting any pressure on the ball.
It was one pass.
A couple of minutes of people here.
Which is the right thing to do. Absolutely right. Just hang on to it now.
Keep the lead to the interval. Just a few seconds away. Molina had made a really positive run through the middle. It might have been time for one ball over the top. It's the end of the first half. Well, first the reprieve and then the record. He teased us with a missed penalty and then scored supremely, superbly. Any superlative that you want, really. And Austria have dug in and they've mounted a physical challenge, but at half-time they trail the world champions by that one Messi goal to 0. Well, Andy, sum up that first half for us.
Well, look, very competitive. It certainly is that. I thought Argentina, opening moments, started nicely. Looked a little bit dangerous, and then that game really came to life with that penalty call. Big decision that the officials had to take plenty of time to get right. And I think they did arrive at the right call. They did. The penalty then, we're all expecting Messi to break that record by rolling the penalty in. And incredibly, he knocks it wide of the post. Austria then come on to a really good game, a good moment, getting better possession, a little bit more belief in their play, but without really looking like they've got that cutting edge. And then that moment, Martin, when Messi finally breaks the deadlock with a beautiful goal. He started the move, knocked it out wide, and then drifted, as you said, to that position on the edge of the box where he was unmarked. And in typical Messi fashion, he didn't blast it, he didn't get his head down and smash it. He just passed it into the corner beyond.
I seem to
Schlager,
remember we said a couple of minutes before that he's just standing on the edge of the area.
Exactly.
And then the second time the ball came to him.
And he does, he kind of drifts, and when he accelerates, he can still really move and really move quickly. But look, they're one behind Austria, but they're still in this game. But what they've got to do is make sure they maintain their discipline, they don't get involved in anything, and that they don't give Argentina or the referee an easy call. If they do that, they'll stay in the game, and you never know. But I'm expecting, I think Argentina, they've been in second gear, if I'm being honest, and they have the lead.
Plenty of possession, but not too many attempts on goal. Austria not even troubling Martinez with an effort on target.
Satt. 1:0 zur Pause für Argentinien. Wie fällt von Ihnen das Fazit aus der ersten Halbzeit?
Dass wir nach dem ersten Schockmoment gut drinnen sind im Spiel. Ich glaube, es ist eine leichte Tendenz auch zu erkennen von der Schiedsrichterleistung Richtung Argentinien. Da müssen wir gegen ankämpfen. Okay, ich glaube, wir sind aber wirklich sehr sortiert. Und ja, von der Seite, wir spüren die Energie von zu Hause und die versuchen wir auf den Platz zu bringen.
Sie sprechen es an, die Schiedsrichtersituation vor dem 1:0 gab es die auch. Wie habt ihr die Situation auf der Bank wahrgenommen gegen Xaver Schlager?
Ja, ich finde, es ist ein klares Foul, aber dafür gibt es ja eigentlich auch Video Assistant Referee. Von meiner ersten Warte hat es definitiv so ausgesehen. Es sind aber auch 2, 3 andere Situationen, wo man glaubt, ja, es könnte ein schönes Fußballspiel sein. Und so ist es ein bisschen, hat es ein bisschen einen faden Beigeschmack, aber wir geben alles, wir schauen nach vorne.
Super, viel Erfolg, Dankeschön.
Bueno, un susto de entrada, ¿no? Con este penal errado, generando situaciones, manejando la posesión.
Bueno, esa era un poco la idea. No pudimos abrirlo, pero bueno, el gol llegó. Ahora intentaremos buscar esos espacios que nos permitan crear más ocasiones.
Ellos bravos, físicos, metidos atrás, organizados.
Nada que nos sorprenda. Sabíamos lo que nos íbamos a enfrentar, así que bueno, hay que tener paciencia. Hicimos lo más difícil, que es ponernos en ventaja una vez que cerrar el partido.
¿Qué hay que hacer ahora, Fabián, para cerrar esto contra un equipo que viene y viene y viene?
Bueno, primero soportar esa presión que nos van a ejercer, que van a ser difíciles, los primeros 15 minutos, sobre todo del segundo tiempo. Y bueno, en base a tener bien la pelota, a darle una intención al pase, jugando siempre para adelante, creo que vamos a encontrar esos espacios.
Gracias.
Well, you can see some empty seats with the fans taking advantage of the concession stalls. Some mid-game snacks, I'm sure, will be devoured eagerly. Whether there's any Austrian chocolate cake here, I don't know. It's a very relevant poster flag. Some comparisons for you. Lionel Messi cap 201, Marcel Sabitzer cap 100. Deserving some special attention and involved, but clearly it's what Messi has produced from his involvement. Sabitzer needs a little bit more help from the collective, really. And Austria certainly have got the capability of doing that. Do not write them off. They're a team that really battle to the very last. And getting into the final third hasn't been too much of a problem from Austria. It's where they've been going from then. But Argentina obviously making their superior number in that respect count. And they have the one goal in the first half.
That's it. That's how important he still is, how crucial he is.
Second half underway. Austria with a job on their hands. Just wondering whether Argentina could feel that they could play better than they did in the first half, despite bringing in the lead in the dressing room at the interval. Back by Vanna, the relative new boy. Schmidt. Schlager. Dummy was by Sevald, taking it on himself.
Yeah, I think he should have done, Martin. Good chance that, you know, they're in a really good position there.
Vanna get the cross in. Another chance, needs to play it short. Schmidt. Sabitzer certainly with a swing and not very compact.
Good start by Austria to the second period. On the front foot and committing people forward. That's another, I think, a real key point now. When they get wide in those areas high up the field, you've got to have good numbers in the box. They've got to have midfield players arriving. Opposite forward Sabitzer's on the far side now. He's got to get across and get in the box as well.
Sabitzer's cross. Martinez has some work to do. Remind the world what a commanding goalkeeper he is.
He certainly is. He's one of the very best in the competition, no question.
No changes at half-time. Paul. Was one that might genuinely have hurt. I'm sure Schlager would have shown so much sympathy to a lesser name in the game.
Yeah, that's worthy of a yellow card, really. That's a deliberate trip and foul. Mero there feels he's on the second best in that particular challenge as well. Holding his knee.
Well, was an issue, of course, at the end of the club season in England. He's done a lot of work to get fit for this World Cup, as has he, of course. The ref cam. That's the difference between the two sides. It's early in the second half here. Mero is up and not moving particularly freely. McAllister trying to move the ball freely. Options to the right, three of them. McAllister. Medina. So Fernandez. McAllister didn't start the World Cup. You remember in 2022 they lost their first game, Argentina, to Saudi Arabia.
Did, you're right, mate.
Changes shock. Julian Alvarez was another one who benefited from the change of emphasis from game 2 onwards. Paul, sit back, well, to keep it in. Sevald getting a foot in. In fact, he didn't get a foot in, it's gone out off Messi. Got Marko Arnautovic on the bench. Another of the 100-cap men for Austria. He's deep into his 30s now. Came on and scored a penalty. But he won the penalty. Ball that the found his hand that he was playing into the box very late on in the win over Jordan. Well, the flag may go up here, but we'll see what happens first. There's a great recovery by Schlager, and Andy Townsend had his flag up.
Yeah, we were in a good position there, weren't we? High up in the stand to see there that I think that one, the flag should go up a little quicker. Doesn't need to develop and see what happens and have players potentially clattering into each other. And clearly there, you know, Messi was about 5 yards offside. Danso actually who got caught in possession just in the Argentinian half of the field. Got to be careful there.
Sabitzer to continue the run. Goalkeeper's coming out well. Actually, that was an awkward moment. Not for Shakira, who's got plenty of attention. And I think we can all understand why, with her ability to sing these special songs at the World Cup. It could have been where Martinez was being lured out and might have given away a penalty.
I think he did well there, actually, Emi Martinez, to not get involved there. Just a heavy touch that took it out for a goal kick.
I thought they said in our ear they were going to have a shot of Jordan Shaqiri.
Ah, yes.
Many a World Cup for Switzerland. It's in the squad this time. It's Medina enjoying playing with a lot of those who have World Cup winners' medals already. So trying to use that acceleration again. He's got no right to do that at the age of coming up 39. It's just an extraordinary gift.
Yeah. Such speed that he works at, touching that ball so close, it never gets away from him, does it? Lots of red shirts in and around him. Someone feels like they've got to knock him to the floor. Schlager it was that did that in the end.
And what we understand with Messi's training, a lot of players when they get older, they go easy on the training. He's the opposite.
Right.
And it's not so much drills, it's playing games, training games. They have a lot of rivalry in the squad into Miami. And it means almost pick-up games in training. And he's by far the best player. It's just by far too far out.
Well, it's a long way out, this one.
Recognise that, that's I guess his head to it. Quite got it away here. Austria with Posh, has to be careful, having been booked. It's throw. A bit of a strike back by Sandro Martinez. Will they be cheering on like that at the final? Are they? We're probably wrong to look at them as potential winners, and you've just got to get through the group, isn't it, Andy? That's when you were playing in World Cups, you must have thought that.
Just first thing first, and you get out of your group, and then take each one as it comes from there. I think what Argentina, with the fact they have the experience now of getting over the line, they've just got that game where they've got a bit of everything. They have the genius in Messi, but if it gets a bit tough, they've got to grind it. They can do that. Just sort of adapt their game.
There's a foul. Limas probably saying that I'm in for goal there. That's a goal-scoring opportunity, or was it in the penalty area? I think it was either of those things.
No, he's outside the box, Martin, for sure. It is a foul.
It's wide enough from the goal for that not to be seen as what they call, the referees call it a dog-so, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Not at all there. But a good opportunity to put something in with a bit of quality. If Sabitzer's going to hit it, then really go for it. And again, you've got to kind of try and disturb Emi Martinez's view of this if you're going for goal. Normally from this sort of position, you're looking to really hit it hard towards just inside the far post and hope someone can get on the end of it.
100 caps, he scored 26 goals. Shots from distance have done some damage in this World Cup. He goes for goal and it forces Martinez into his hardest piece of work in the game so far.
Good strike, nice strike. Reasonably comfortable save, mind you, from Emi Martinez there.
Attempt on target. Last for Austria. It's a decent one.
I think that, Martin, what we just saw there, that long throw, I think they've got to
That's
do
what I
more.
don't understand.
Honestly, I do. I think crossing the ball and hurling it in the box from this sort of position could work for them.
Still waiting for Danso to be given the licence to throw one in. Maybe if it stays 1-0 here in the end. All coaches believe in it as a legitimate weapon.
But I certainly would believe in getting Danso under that near post when you do get the chance to throw it in there.
Bosch. Savold. Now by Schmidt. Bit of a sweep to this attack from Austria. Argentina getting back. Austrians still have the ball. A little give and go on the edge of the area. To attack is on, but the one who's been left up front is Messi. Martinez in the wars again. Is not a potential red card being produced. It's the stardust of Shakira. Romero's had to give way to that knee problem, and it's an old soldier coming on, the general they call him, Nicolas Otamendi. Another person who he's worked his body so hard in training, such dedication in his life. He's 38, 34th cap. He's actually going back to play in Argentina after a long spell in Europe, including a time at Manchester City.
Yeah, huge experience, vastly experienced, alongside Lisandro Martinez now. It's a little bit of a worry for Romero, as you mentioned, Martin, because he has had a few issues towards the end of the season in the English Premier League, and that's not necessarily a great sign.
Otamendi. Still very much in the melting pot here. The one goal is going to be wiped out in a second if Argentina get an attack right. Been put to
You
bed
play
by the world
now, referee
champions.
not blue, why you dey stop? That makes the game boring.
Fernandez finding the ring road to get out of trouble there, really. A direct route. Almost get the impression, Andy, I'm sure it's a false one, really, that Argentina thinking we're going to win this one.
Yeah,
And that would be a very dangerous thing to do.
they probably feel that if they have to tough it out, they can, but you're right, there's a lot of risk attached to that, Martin. They'd feel a lot better about themselves if they got a second. But they're playing quite conservatively, and they're inviting Austria to come and have a bit of a go at them, and they're trying hard to do that.
Schlager. Alaba. Danso.
You should put
again.
Alvarez on Lautaro Martinez. Put Messi for midfield.
Posh.
Could go okay. You know the
Pass
see
that wasn't really on. They've got it back again. Oh, only momentarily, Schmidt.
Simple ball there, Schmidt. He had good options outside him. Just lacked a little bit of care. That's the thing. And Austria, despite this good possession they've got, and they create something really worthwhile. We've yet to see anybody get in a position where they could really hit something from inside the box at Martinez.
It's a very good graphic, isn't it? That shows that the momentum that Austria have had. Lionel Scaloni, the boss, is going to make a couple of changes. Just brought on Otamendi. You might see Julian Alvarez, I mentioned a few minutes ago.
Oyana.
Now
Pass.
break of some potential here.
Oh, be this.
Enzo Fernandez with the shot.
Good sweeping move that from Argentina. The best one they've had actually in the second half. We've had to wait 15 odd minutes for it, but chance for Enzo Fernandez there. Shot well blocked in the end, but that's better from them.
Good pace from Almada. Carried the ball. Enzo could line up his shot. It's the 16. Arms by the side. Strong frame of Kevin Danso, taking a bit of the breath out of his lungs, but there's a pause for substitutions. Alvarez and Nicolas Gonzalez. Alvarez of Atletico Madrid. There's always talk that others are coming to get him. He's really made a step up from stellar couple of years with Manchester City. He's forged a reputation along with winning the World Cup and making a huge contribution to that in Qatar. Medina. McAllister. Subs wait. Enzo Fernandez. It's Martinez. Alessandro Martinez to Lautaro Martinez.
Seriously,
turn.
for ball. Not let
Shuttling across, keeping their defensive shape, but not really getting a foot in. Do now, but there's no one to play it out to. Second goal would suit Argentina nicely here. Early cross, chance of getting it to the midriff. Gregoric. Well, it's that kind of stadium. You can see the heights beyond the substitutes coming on. Almada gives way. Lautaro Martinez, one Martinez down, a bit easier for the commentators. Whereas Gonzalez, who missed the World Cup in 2022, he was injured close to the tournament, he would have been in the squad.
Yep, so a couple of changes just to inject, I think, a little bit more energy in this Argentinian team.
So Fernandez, Messi trying to find an angle for the shot. Not sure it was going in, but Alexander Schlager couldn't take a chance.
Well, it looked like a corner, didn't it? I thought the goalkeeper definitely got a hand on it.
He hit that guy leg, man.
his fingers on that one.
Well, they don't work that law the other way round.
Dangerous body.
It should have.
That should be a corner now.
It should have been a goal kick. They take the corner away. There's still Messi's piece of history that separates the two sides 20 minutes into the second half. Austria hanging on into the contest. Maybe feeling that the nearer they get to the final whistle, they can have a real go in the last 10 minutes or so to get something from the game. We've seen that done before.
We certainly have. That might be the way that Ralf Rangnick sees this now, Martin, as well. Alvarez on. So he's going to be the one to stretch and lead the line for Argentina.
Messi quartet. Just there's a bit of jeopardy coming into this game. Austria, of course, with a win under their belt, so they're not scrapping for survival. Another game to play against Algeria. Posh. Let's see Arnautovic, I think. The Austrian changes. It was kept in well. Callister has to go across, and he hasn't dealt with it. Ball in towards Gregoric, who was under challenge. It wasn't a free header.
No, it was Medina, actually, Martin. Did well. He got really close to Gregoric there. But lovely work from Sabitzer on the far side. Stands that cross up with his left foot. Look at Medina, really close, just doing enough to maybe prevent Gregoric from really climbing and getting his forehead on that.
David Alaba, who is perhaps not a 90-minute man these days. Took the armband to Marko Arnautovic. Marco Friedel is also on. Posh escapes, really. Could have himself a second yellow, and also off. There's Paul Vanna. Alexander Prass of Hoffenheim, who runs and runs and runs. Something for him to chase. In Germany, like a lot of the Austrian players, plays for Werder Bremen. Which these days is with Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. He scored that penalty against Jordan. To show more than what we have, we hold Argentina. Sense with the changes, maybe.
Yeah, there are one or two moments when they've just lifted the tempo a bit, but again,
the second half hydration break. So Alvarez through the middle, Andy, with obviously Lautaro Martinez off. Scaloni's made he's dealt his cards here.
yes. Yeah, he's seen, again, just one or two little flurries in the second half so far. Again, when Messi's drifted infield, made a couple of very clever runs, won a couple of free kicks, but I think Ralf Rangnick will be pleased that his team have been brave enough to kind of get on the ball and try and take it towards Argentina without, again, just looking like they've got enough in the last third. That's their problem. They just don't look like they've got goals in their team. All the time you're one down, Martin,
There we go.
Mexican wave of years gone by. Gonzalez to work the left-hand side. Dina's going to take the throw. Tagliafico was the left-back most of the time he's in the squad here, on the pitch here. Well, there's Maxi Rodriguez in the front row there.
Yes.
Might have played against him, Andy.
I do remember Maxi Rodriguez, a very good player.
So a corner to Argentina. Going about their business here.
One is not enough.
Taking too many risks. Feel a deep belief. If they need a second goal to settle it, they'll get one. Messi assists.
Wasting too much time, bro.
Oh, it could well have been. It really could well have been.
Oh,
that is Gonzalez coming in.
yeah.
A great run.
Lovely ball in as well, lovely flight on that. And having just got across Kevin Danso there, that's on target, that goes in. I don't think Schlager would save that one at all. It's a beautifully flighted cross, corner, sorry, from Leo Messi, but nice run and attacked that well, didn't he, Nico Gonzalez, but just couldn't get it on target.
So the jeopardy remains. One goal you feel is not beyond Austria.
It's not. Look, Marko Arnautovic has come on over the years. We've seen him. He can produce something a little bit different, a bit unexpected. What they haven't done in open play is take enough shots. They haven't really had any shots either from distance, edge of the box. They've not got in those positions, I don't think, enough. They've threatened to. Well, there's been once or twice where the final ball has just let them down. Plenty of possession between the two boxes, but just not enough intent right where it matters.
Something of a maverick, Marko Arnautovic. He's now one of the elder statesmen, of course, of the squad, but he is an individual. When they came here and walked around the pitch yesterday afternoon, they all stayed on the pitch, but Marko went and sat in the stand and I think made a few calls.
You don't know why you
Right,
be
Dancer.
play the ball for my so you dey far. If you go there, side, your
Lima. His versatility on the right now.
What will you
Reshuffles.
play?
Nearly. So it wasn't the best ball, a chance really. And, Hernandez buys himself a free kick. Players just get too tight, a little bit of contact, down you go. I know it's something else, only talking to those who make the laws of the game that they're not happy with. Argentina very nearly happy with that.
They would have been, because he'd actually pinched a good yard on Danso there, hadn't he? Gonzalez actually should have hit the target.
That's a stray one from Gonzalez. And it's Manhattan. Oh, now we've got something. It's Lima involved. The referee has seen it as a yellow. He dropped theatrically. What do you make of it, Andy?
Well, look, again, I think Lima's gone in a little too heavy-handed there. And then there's
this happens.
Pushing and shoving, and they both end up with a yellow card. I'd never like to see players drop to the floor just from getting pushed. It's different if someone hits you in the face. I think you always have the right to drop to the floor then, but when players are coming together and they're just pushing each other, Martin, I think we all prefer it if they stay on their feet.
Medina booked for the retaliation on Lima. He was booked for his original challenge. He's a very personable guy off the pitch, Conrad Lima, but he prides himself on being nasty on it.
He's aggressive and he's hard-working and he's in your face. That's what he does, and he does that particularly well.
But he wasn't pushed in his face,
No,
was he?
not at all.
Here's Schmidt. Austria trying to fathom out a way here. The match level on points with Argentina. Danso. Sevald.
Just feel with Austria, the possession they've got, somebody's got to try and take someone on. They're passing across the front of Argentina, going out wide. The minute they get it into a decent area, somebody's got to go past their opposite number to then start dragging people out of position. Haven't done that.
Tried in vain. Through the centre, I think, played his part in retaining, regaining possession in his country. McAllister. To Mendy.
You pass ball, you dey jump.
Sold Paul short there on the far side. So, Wimmer. On for Schmidt. Trying to get it wide and get down the outside, and Lima hard to get there. Could have got a cross in, he could have got a corner, but I don't think he's got either.
Yeah, it was a long way for him to travel there, wasn't he, Conrad Lima? Really was. He was stretched to the limit there, trying to keep that in.
It was a bump on the head. It wasn't, but he's covered. They're cut from the same cloth, I think, Martinez and Arnautovic. They have a controversial streak in them. Argentina fans striving to get their team up through the gears a little bit. A steady journey through this match.
Yeah, I think they have. They've played within themselves, I feel. They know the tournament's a long one, longer than ever before this one, this year. They know what it takes to travel all the way to a final and win. It's not about producing your A game right now.
Messi emerges centre stage again to turn. He was in that position that he loves on the edge of the area, but this time Schlager had seen him. I think he would have got the space as he did when he scored. That the horse was bolted for Argentina. The way football is these days, sometimes you tell people, if you don't really like the game, watch the last 15 minutes of the game. You'll love it then. Because with all the added time and the substitutions giving fresh legs, and of course the prize of victory, or getting a draw when you're the underdogs. Gregoric, oh, he could have made it in then. Medina's got a touch of cramp.
It's a good challenge, actually. It's Wimmer it was that have made that really good run off of Gregoric. Big centre forward there did well to get that on his chest. He's looking for his teammate there, just in behind Lisandro Martinez. But good concentration. Medina kept going and saw the danger away.
To see whose number is up. Rodrigo Paul is one of them, number 7. Medina's just been booked. Califico, we mentioned him before, and then another very experienced midfield player in Paredes. So Sabitzer take the corner. Austria desperately seeking an equaliser here. Arnautovic through the top of his dyed hair. Still plenty in the box. Comes in again. To Martinez, towering figure.
That's what you want at this stage of the game, last 10 minutes. If there are crosses that are hung up like that one, you want your goalie coming and getting it with a safe pair of hands, exactly what Martinez does there.
Seeing it out. Feels from Gonzalez that it should be a corner or even a foul. Well into the last 10 minutes of regulation time, but he had 7 at the end of the first half, so we expect something similar. We mentioned about going for it in the last 10 minutes or so, taking a bit more risks, not being so concerned if you only let in one. If you lose 2-0 now, it'll make a lot of difference, but if you give it a real go.
Yes, to do that, you've got to get it forward.
So there's 4 of them up there.
There are. There's a lot of people now ahead of the ball. Got to somehow get that ball into them and up to them with a bit of class, a bit of quality, to give them a chance to get it down, get it wide, and then can you deliver something into a dangerous area? That's a good ball.
By Friedel.
That's a good ball now.
Sabitzer could have turned on that one, Martin. He tried to knock it out wide. It was a good ball into him, but he just wasn't aware of who was in and around him.
Oh, shit, Messi.
Come off.
Oh.
Great man. Just wonder whether Sabitzer could be played a bit more centrally with his shooting power.
That's it. I think that's his best position. I think as a player always looking to break wide, I think he can do that, but you lose that ability that he can strike from distance.
Lyman. Goes Wimmer. Retrieving for Danso. The seconds tick on. Danso. Very honest challenge.
So if Messi did not score that goal, the match would end up 0-0.
Here comes an interesting guy, Kani Chukwuemeka. Was born in Vienna, spent most of his life in England. Comes on for Gregoric. He was part of a England under-19 squad that were European champions for your old clubs. So 2 of your old clubs.
Yeah,
Aston Villa and Chelsea.
Correct.
He's only recently been passed eligible. Could be a very good signing. He could be a hero here. He's got the goal in him. He scored in the final of that European competition. The 19 level for England.
I think the front boys now have got they're all fresh legs up there for Austria. You've got to go after Argentina a bit now. You've got to start really applying a bit of heat, make them maybe serve it forward and then mop it up from there. That's a great ball down the line.
There's Gonzalez to wrap it up.
What be this? What be this? What be this?
Blocked. There's a little bit of space because Argentina had committed 4 players forward. Chukwuemeka gets involved. Arnautovic waiting in the middle. Backheader might have done the trick to Wimmer. Which beat by Sandro Martinez, who isn't particularly tall but has a fantastic natural lead. It's Wimmer. Seewald.
Oh.
Schlager. Hard and low. One any when it's been hung up. Numbers in the box. Not quite enough really in the circumstances.
No. Grass there, just couldn't seem to find anybody. Also, can you get another one in the box, Martin? A lot of red shirts, 30, 40 yards from goal. When that ball arrives, you want 3 at least running in there. Because that then just disturbs that Argentina back line.
Absolutely right. It's all a bit static in there, as if you've got to put it right on the money.
Yes.
Rather than some movement to attack the ball.
Correct.
Lose your marker. Gonzalez. Danso has done very well. He's made a few pretty pertinent blocks. Came out to Enzo Fernandez. It was blocked again. Argentina closing in on back-to-back clean sheets at the start of a World Cup group. They last did that back in 1998. It's now biting time for a European nation here. Such a devastatingly difficult qualification for South American teams. 18 games.
I know, it is.
I know the same characters usually come through in the end, but they were 10 points ahead of Brazil. They did the double over Brazil in the qualifiers. Hit back by Messi. Enzo Fernandez. Messi has given it straight to Arnautovic. Can Argentina break here? There's still 2 against 5. Results are going to work out in Austria's favour. A little bit of extra aggression from Otamendi.
What is this?
It's always been. He's not the tallest defender, is he? A bit like Martinez.
Oh, no, he's aggressive.
Yeah,
and again, Martin, I mentioned
Hard
about
touch you
what
like this, the
Argentina
hand
bring
don't
to
come up
these
for your
matches.
body
A bit
tail,
of
you not fall with the
They
tape
can,
of
if-
as they
if
don't
you-
remove
if
one for a few seconds,
Up
you
against a
don't
team
fall.
that are physical, they can match that, make no mistake. If they need a bit of brilliance, they've got
But
guys
they
that can
lose
do
now,
that.
see they get time, they fall, they do
Between the boxes,
things we
as
not
we
get
see
here.
Martinez just catch that. I think between the 2 boxes, there are far more eye-catching teams in this competition with the ball and the way that they play. But Argentina are a very difficult team to overcome because they can just adapt their game and do whatever's required to win.
Good advantage played by the referee. Gonzalez went down. Messi's got it. Here's Julian Alvarez. Find space for a shot.
Oh my God, bro. What the be this?
Paredes.
This Alvarez, Aguero still be, they all the high performance.
Still feel the majority in those wonderful blue and white stripes thinking about
That
keeping
goal
the
is
ball,
not
keeping
enough,
the lead. Julian Alvarez and
Last minute,
Gonzalez
yes,
is on to try
Extra
and
not good.
make their mark.
Match don't draw the
Slightly
gap.
different frame
Don't
of
talk
mind.
like that. On a behave.
Gonzalez. A nibble from Wimmer.
5 minutes, I just
Been busy, hasn't he, since he come on, Nico Gonzalez? He has had that header that he just flashed wide of the post. He had that chance when he stepped in on his right foot. Danso blocked a shot, but when you send a sub on, you want him to go on and try and have an impact and make something happen. He's certainly done that.
A multi-match winner in focus. On the verge of adding another notch on that particular belt.
Or Coila and start go from here, go for 2 shoots.
Well, they've committed players forward, Argentina. That's to their credit. Just defending the halfway line. It's going to be exercising concentration for Austria not to ship a second. Up to the test is Chukwuemeka. Argentinian block.
Otamendi here.
Sandro Martinez to Emi Martinez. Hit by Danso. Chukwuemeka is seeing the end from Paredes. He would say, I'm going for the ball.
Yeah, which he did. It was just probably the tangled legs. Didn't look particularly good in real time for the referee.
Well, there haven't been many moments where you really felt that Austria might equalise. This could be one of them, though. Even found the Austrian head from the free kick. It's handball there, so they've got another chance. Each of their last 4 World Cup games, including the game against Jordan here in the USA, have scored. Now is the time to make it a high 5. It was Arnautovic who scored the very, very late goal. Short's goal. Danso. Those are the margins you're dealing with. In there. You've been talking about Danso getting up for set pieces.
Been saying it all game, Martin. Knock it up to Kevin Danso and let him attack it. And that's exactly what they do. And then their Bimmer's just got to recognise where that's going to drop. He does that perfectly. Gets there, gets that glancing header. But unfortunately for him, it's just a couple of yards wide of the post. But I wish they'd have done more than that. I think they would have provided more opportunities to maybe score had they done a bit more of that.
Breaks the way of Platt. There are a couple of in the middle. There is one of them. Is that going to be kept in by Chukwuemeka? It is. Still only 2 in the box. The ball doesn't get there anyway. It breaks for a loitering Leo Messi, who's got bags of options coming from the opposite flank. And a great stop by Schlager. But is Messi going to crown it all himself?
Handball.
He has to. Truth is stranger than fiction. Because he works miracles. And he is Lionel Messi.
Amazing. Astonishing, honestly. You can see why he has God-like status, this guy. He just injects hope into all these Argentinian fans in here whenever he gets the ball. Whenever he's got it, they feel something will happen. And my goodness, it's happened again, right there.
And they broke, and he was the only one forward. And then what happened after that? How did it end up with him putting it in the net? Astonishing.
Yeah. Great switch of play to Alvarez. Goalkeeper does terrific there. Then the follow-up Paredes, then they give it to him, and now all of a sudden he's got 4 or 5 to go through. And yet, look, through one pair of legs, skips past Danso on the line in the back of the net. Just amazing. It's just meant to be when this guy's here, Martin, isn't it? It's just meant to be.
He is truly magnetic. He is truly magnificent. And Argentina are on the march. They have scored 5 goals already in this tournament, and he has got all 5 of them.
Azi Brisma.
Well, We know they can defend. We've talked a lot, Andy, you and I off the air about maybe lack of defending for some of the challenging
Because the
teams
game
in
is
this World
finished.
Cup.
And relax.
Well, they may not be
If you
finished
want
yet.
to
There's
score
still
a game,
hat-trick
no problem. If you
here.
don't want to
Wants
score,
another.
He does.
do you?
He's got a free kick. That will give him a chance.
This is going to give him a chance. This is still a long way out, but as he just recovers from another great run. Brilliant.
That is lovely. That is cherry on the icing on the cake, to be honest, Messi's cake. That wonderful lady. So he's got at least 2 in each of Argentina's last 4 games. He's on a 3rd here. I was going to say, I haven't mentioned it, Mbappe on 14 goals might have thought that he'll go out sharpening his boots tonight, polishing them up to maybe catch Messi. Be a bit more difficult now, particularly if this goes in. Oh, he went for a skimmer. And that's the last kick of the game from the man of the game, from the footballer on the planet. Just when you think he's done everything, he does more. There isn't a thesaurus with enough words of praise to describe this man. And he missed a penalty. There's a human touch in that as well. But 2 wonderful touches with that wand of a left foot. And Argentina leave Austria behind by 2-0. They are through to the round of 32. Well, Andy, I've used up my supply.
Yes, he's just from another world, isn't he? Look, Ralph Rangnick, his boys gave as good as they had, just didn't really have enough. I thought Argentina actually, for long spells,